Grady Polcyn, brought to you by Online Sales Pro. Grady Polcyn, to the Power Brought to you by Online Polcyn, where it's all about success, improvement, and living life on your terms. And now your host, he loves bad jokes and good stories, Grady Polcyn.
Hello, Online Sales Pro world, Online Sales Pro Facebook world. This is your host of the Online Sales Pro Power Call, Mr. Grady Polcyn. Happy to be on here with you today. Doing a little call later in the day, switching it up. Had a morning commitment with my child. Got to be volunteer at her school, so got to take those opportunities, right, and do those fun things with the kids when you can. Or only be little once is what everyone says. So really enjoying that. So happy to be on here today. Gonna have a fantastic call for you. And I got 5 parts to this call that we'll jump in here in a second. But if you are watching the replay, let me know in the comments below as I get this posted out. Let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay. Just type replay. If you're joining me right now, say hello. And also, I'd love to see where you guys are coming from. Always like to see where you guys are located. Give you guys a quick shout out. But like I said, I got 5 parts to this call. Going to be a very fun call for me. Got a few different things to talk about, some new things, and a little training, and then a freaking amazing video to put the crescendo on there at the very end of this training call. But we'll do a little Q&A. A lot of new people always joining Online Sales Pro. Have posted into the groups. We had over five would be nice. We had over 2,000 people join Online Sales Pro in the last 2 weeks. I think the last week, it was just an incredible, crazy week. A lot of new growth for the company, and loving all the new people that have come on board and are a part of our world and are leaning on us for some lead generation tips, strategies, and action steps. But we get this all tuned up, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. So like I said, I got about 5 parts to the call today. We're going to talk about 2-3 different trainings, a little Q&A, and then we'll close with the vid. So 5 different parts. But if you're brand new, welcome. Drop a 1 in the comments below if you've never been on a power call with me. I'd love to see the reach or see the new people and see where everyone's coming from. We're in Texas over here. Enrique Garcia, Washington State in the house. Hi, my friend Diane Anderson. Joel Saldivar, nice to see you, buddy. I got to get you some swag, man. Reach out to me. My friend Doug Engel's on here. Hello. Scott Stanford, welcome everybody. Everyone's looking good, doing good. Southwestern Ontario, Canada. Holy smokes. A lot of 1s, welcome. 97 in Scottsdale today. I love this fall weather too, Doug. I was at a pumpkin patch this morning with Presley. We got there at 9, but by about 11:37, it was so hot we got in the car and went home. But that's why we're doing the power call a little later. So hello, everybody. If you're joining on right now, drop a 1 in the comments below if you're new to us. Got 5 parts to the call today. If you're watching the replay, put replay in the comments below. But what's exciting about this call today is we're going to talk about different things. I've got a 3-prong approach that I like to take to life, that I like to take to these training calls, and that I think that in this training platform will help you achieve more of what you're trying to accomplish and achieve. And 3 prongs are knowledge, skills, and value. And if we can help you grow your knowledge, right, your awareness, the way you see things, the way that business works, the way that marketing works, the way that marketing happens, I can help you improve that knowledge through either trainings I do, through insights, through videos, through personal experience, personal failures, your experience. What that knowledge allows you to do is to go out and have new set of information to work through with your skills. And your skills are the things you do on a daily basis, the phone calls you make, the ads you place, the follow-ups you do, the emails you write, your charisma with a client, your ability to make people feel comfortable, your ability to have people answer questions, your knowledge about your product opportunity or service that you provide for people, and making people feel comfortable with wanting to purchase that with you. So all that circles around your knowledge. And then your skills are your ability to deliver on the things that make you money. And the higher the value of your skills, the level of height at which you're able to execute your skills essentially determines your value in the marketplace. And it's what people will pay you for what you can do. A great line, and it's a tough line, and I don't want to insult anybody, but sometimes you need to hear this stuff, is if someone's not trying to recruit you or recruit you away from where you're currently working, maybe you're not worth recruiting just yet. You got to grow your value. You have to improve your skills. You have to become so valuable to your employer or your company that it would be foolish for them to let you go, because you set them apart, you help them make money, you help them execute on tasks. So that's kind of the stuff we're going to talk about today. So if you're digging it, click that share button down the bottom corner. You feel free to share this out into any of your walls and throw an affiliate link or a lead generation link and say, you want to learn more about what I'm excited about, click here, whatever it is, and click share, put this out there. But I'm going to talk about the Boy Scout hustle today. I'm going to talk about activating value. I've got a quick 20 things that Melissa Krivicek learned from 200 plus millionaire and billionaires that she interviewed and worked alongside in the last 3 years. A quick little 20 tips from millionaires and billionaires. Then we'll do a Q&A, and I got a video to cap the whole thing. So that sounds good. If that sounds like something you want to learn from, something you want to be a part of, then let's do it. But let me do a couple little things of maintenance. Say hello to everybody. Let me one final little maintenance note. It's a one-man show. Usually, if you've joined us on these calls before, you've seen my man Joel, who joins me, and we do these calls on Tuesday, and then he talks, and I get to do my maintenance stuff. But it's always fun time doing these calls. I love the power calls. One, they're very, I don't want to be too honest here, but they're very selfish for me that I get to come on here and I get to study new topics and I get to find a way to teach. And there's a learning scale out there. I'm not sure if many of you guys have heard this, but maybe you're watching me right now in your car, or you're listening to me on a replay, however you're hearing this. But there's a learning scale. And the learning scale is if you just hear it, then what happens? If you just hear it, then you learn something at like a 10, 20, 30% scale. But if you actually go and dig in and write notes and try to process and put notes and what you're hearing, then you'll learn something at about a 75 to 80% scale level, 75, 80%. And so what the greatest level at which you can learn something is if you can turn around and teach it. If you can teach elements or training or skills to other people, you really know it. And I don't think I'm some excellent, fantastic salesperson, but I think I've done enough talking that I can teach different tactics and way to feel people and way to build rapport and answer questions. And I've done so many of these calls, and this is, I think, I've done over 150 of these calls, of these power calls. So welcome a lot of new people. Hello to a lot of my old friends that have joined me. So go into your back office. You can hear me do a lot of different trainings. But what I want you guys to grasp on is I'm going to go through some things here. And I want you to hear. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I want you to comment on it. If you disagree, cheer me on. If you do agree, we'll have a nice little dialogue. We'll go through these 3 quick trainings: the Boy Scout Hustle, Activating Value, and Kevin's a little top 20 training. And then we'll do a Q&A and close the video. So if you're ready, drop "I'm ready" in the comments below, and let's get this thing rocking. I always love seeing a little audience participation. If you're ready, say "I'm ready." I see 6 shares out there, so I do appreciate that. Good to see my man Shane Voyron on here, Tim Worthington. A lot of new people on here. Welcome a lot of my new people. My girl Amy's on here, Joe Dixon, George, hello, Melanie Curry. Joel is not here. This is the power call. Joel jumps on, we do the Facebook Live, and that's where Joel just flies. If you've ever been on a training called my man Joel, you've really, you'd enjoy it. So does Vance, let's do questions at the end. A good question, but not appropriate for right now. But good. Nice to see so many people ready. Nicholas Z, good to see you on here, man. Okay, so here's a quick story. I am doing daddy time and taking my kids to the grocery store and going in the grocery store 7, 8, 9 o'clock. I don't remember what time. My wife is 8.5 months pregnant. So on top of being nearly immobile, she wants to kill me 24/7. And loves me at the same time. So life is good in the Polcyn household, but I try to take my kids out because I work from home. So she's right now watching children, doing coloring, teaching things right now downstairs. And I get to come into an office and work from my home and then see them for lunch and breakfast and dinner, and life's good. If any of you have children and you love them, I encourage you to try to build a life where you get to see them as much as possible, especially when they're little. So here's the story. Taking my kids to the grocery store, run some errands, get out of the house, let my wife relax for a little bit. And we pull up to the grocery store, 6, 7 o'clock, park the car, get him out, get him in one of those police cars, the police car carts that have the two, and they're moving the little wheel as fast as they can. And I'm pushing him around. And as we're coming up to the doors, there's a table over to the side. And you can clearly tell Boy Scouts, right? They've got the little red thing around here and hats on, and I think they wear olive colored jerseys, and there's like a dad sitting on like a lawn chair in the back, and they've got like stuff spread out, and little kid comes right up to me and he goes, "Sir, would you like to buy some popcorn?" I'm like, "You're damn right I want to buy some popcorn," right? Because secret, sidebar, I want to be that dad, right? I want to be the baseball coach. I want to be the soccer coach. I want to coach my daughter in softball. Like those are the things that like I can't wait. They're too little right now. But I can't wait for that. I want to do things with my children. And so I see the dad over there, and I'm like, secret, like head acknowledgement. And I'm thinking about these kids, and I'm like, I can't wait to like come back out there and buy this popcorn and like chat with them and like be like, "Hey, so how's the Boy Scout thing works?" I have no idea how Boy Scouts or any of that stuff works. I wasn't a Boy Scout. I played a lot of sports, and so I just never got into Boy Scouts. And so I kind of was like, I'm like excited. I'm going through the store, and I'm thinking about going back out to buy this popcorn. And so long story short, we get through the store shopping, come back out, and I see the kids, and they don't even need to flag me down. Like I'm a sale, right? That's what's the right. There's a buyer's scale, right? It goes like this, and it's like early adopters, people that get like the majority, like during the bell curve, and then people that finally just buy at the very end because everyone else has already bought. Like I'm an early adopter in this situation. Like I'm ready to buy credit card. I can feel it burning in my wallet, and I'm ready to like buy some stuff from these kids. And so I pull up to. I just, wheel the cop car over there with the groceries in there with the kids. And I start talking, I'm looking at them, they're talking about like, we got caramel popcorn, we got jalapeno cheddar, and we've got this popcorn, we got box popcorn, we got popcorn to go. And I'm like eating it up. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, great. I want this one looks good. That one looks good. I'm like, how much are they? And the kid goes, they're $15 a bag. And I'm like, how much for just one? How much are they? Like, did you hear me right, kid? I didn't want, is that 7 bags? Is that 3 bags? Because like they're $15 a bag. And I said, "Sir, $15." And I'd get the father's attention. And I say, $15 a bag? And he's like, "Yeah, they're $15 a bag. If you get 2, they're 28. And I'm like, popcorn? Like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is going on here? Am I being punked? Like, $15 bag popcorn. And so I just then I scan the table, and like over on the side's like a pricing sheet, and I look at it, and it's like popcorn, $15 a bag for the white cheddar, and $20 a bag for the caramel corn. And I'm there. I'm like, okay, I'm in. Like I'm mentally acknowledging that this just must be either these guys are hustling me and they're buying this popcorn at pennies and they're upselling it, and they're getting people like in this like nice neighborhood to this grocery store to buy popcorn, and or this is some charity event. And like I'm like, so is all this go to the Boy Scouts? And the dad goes, yeah. And like I'm so like befuddled and flustered and confused at this point that I can't even really. I'm like, $15 a bag. I just bought chips inside for $2. Like, what's going on? So they're not gonna get the best of me. So I was like, okay, give me. I'm never gonna open this. I mean, I'll open it someday, but I've been holding on this back for 2 weeks to do this power call with you guys because I wanted to tell this story to you about the boys. Like I think, and I've got like a lesson that I'm gonna pull out of here. The Boy Scout hustle is it's just like, so I buy the popcorn, and my daughter's like, Daddy, I want popcorn. I'm like, no, this is not your popcorn. This is Dad's popcorn. And so I buy the $15 a bag popcorn, and I take it home, and I've had it in my office for a week now. And I've been holding on to it. And then and so I'm going, I'm thinking this has been weighing on me. So I go, and so the company's called Trails End. So let me just show you this. And because this is new to me. And so maybe fathers or mothers or parents out there are aware of this. So this is the company Trails End. And it's support a scout, raise more money in less time with less effort. And so it's basically like a website where 75% of the product goes back to the Boy Scouts. So 75% goes back. They've been in business for 35 years. And so this is all new to me. I'm learning about this. And so so today, just now before this training, I go to products, And I feel, and I all of a sudden come to this epiphany that I got a great deal, because if you come over here, they've got a bag of salted caramel for $30 and a bag of premium caramel corn for $30. $30 popcorns. And then you look up here in the fine print, it says $22.50 goes to local scouting. So that's the hook, is that they are giving back, over 75% to the scouts by buying the popcorn here. Like, look, 18 pack, I do it myself, is only 25. I mean, I'm like rationalizing $25 popcorn. And so, yes, it's popcorn. And this is so the value here, and what I've come to understand from this story is that if you can put enough value on what you're selling, the price doesn't matter, right? When we talk about in sales and in communication, features versus benefits. And it's like, the features of this is delicious white cheddar gourmet popcorn. It's a good size 5 1/4 ounce bag. And it's got 18% of your daily fat. It's got 3 grams of protein. Those are the features. The benefits of me buying this $15 bag of popcorn is that $10, $12 of the 15, which I got a deal on. I feel great now. I should go back and I should have bought the 2 bags. Is that I feel great about buying this now, that the benefit is that it goes to young boys, a young community that's going to do good in our world, that it's teaching these kids good morals, to be standing out on a Thursday night at a grocery store, working to some degree. I mean, they could have been 6, 7, 8 years old, but it's teaching them responsibility, right? You want to make money for your field trip or your big trip to the mountains, right? It's teaching them ethics. It's teaching them work ethic. It's teaching them that life isn't easy. Life is hard, that things aren't going to come free. And so the benefit is that for me as a buyer, I feel good about my purchase now. Tax deductible. If any of you are big into tax deductions, it's giving to a local community. And so that's what I want you guys to understand, is that many of you don't realize that what you have and what you're marketing, what you're selling on a daily basis, is at such a good price compared to what people can buy it for. Many of you are in nutritional or supplement-based company. Many of you are in service-based companies where you get people discounts. Many of you offer services that help people, and you've got to come into what you're doing on a daily basis with such a passion and such a belief that you're leaving people better off than when you found them. And until you believe that, sales will be hard. But for sales to be easy, it's just fall in love with what you're doing. These little kids love what they're doing. They might have some concept of what $15 is to them, but they don't understand that they probably don't buy their own groceries, right? Their parents make their lunch. They're just like, yeah, sir, it's $15. And I'm like, what? But to them, they're just in love with what they're doing. And so like the message of this is like, be like the Boy Scouts, Boy Scout hustle, and just fall in love with what your products are. Because then many of you like have opportunities to sell. Many of you guys are generating leads or are talking to people about your products, your opportunity, your service, but you're timid, you're reserved, you're fearful of what they're gonna think or say. And so you hold back. And you're like, oh, it's a good product and you could buy it and like, I'll get a commission, but I'll just give you that commission back. And that way it'll make your price cheaper. Like you'll do anything just to get the number on the books, but you're not equating value to what you're selling. And if you guys can fall in love and have just this zenith-like belief that what your products are, your market, your opportunity, the things that you're presenting to the world are going to benefit them, you'll have no reservation about just unbridled passion when talking to a prospect and just letting them know, like, this is the best thing for you. This is the best thing for your family. This is going to take your life from here to here. This is going to help you. This is going to set you up. And so that's the message. The price doesn't matter when the benefits are high, when the value is high, when there's belief on both sides of the transaction. You believe you're helping this person, and this person now believes that what they're purchasing is going to improve their life. That's the salesman's mantra. We help people make decisions to improve their lives. That's your job. Help someone today make a decision to improve their life. if they start with Online Sales Pro? Is their life going to be better? Hell yeah, it will be. They're going to learn about online marketing. They're going to get controlled presentations. They're going to set themselves up for success in the internet. If they join your network marketing company, is their life going to be better? Hell yeah, it will be. They're going to get around a group of ambitious people. They're going to set themselves up to make commissions on a residual basis. If they buy your products, is their life going to be better? Hell yeah, it'll be better. It'll improve their health. It'll improve their wealth, make them feel better, detox. If they buy your little beacon, is their life going to be better? Hell yeah, it's going to be better. Why? Because they're going to be able to market on automation. So you got to find those benefits in your products, become crazy passionate about them, that you can just completely sell stuff that costs. I mean, this bag of popcorn, if it costs more than $1, I would be shocked. The packaging alone, I think the packaging costs more than the actual contents. And we're talking about popcorn here. So the benefits were high for me. I purchased because the benefits are high. Are you finding the benefits in what you're selling and what you're marketing? If this makes sense, give me a heck yes, or give me a yes, or a get in, feel with me. Are you feeling this? Let me know in the comments below. How are you feeling about this? The Boy Scout hustle. I've been holding on this training for like 2 weeks since I got bamboozled by 2 little 7-year-olds, but I'm in it. This is like a trophy now. Like, this may sit in my office for like, this will sit in my office for a long time. So you're feeling me. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. All right. That's training number 1. Training number 2 is coming right up. Let me get a sip of water. But the Boy Scout hustle is equates on benefits. Are the benefits high? People will buy. The benefits are high. People will buy. Click the share button down in the bottom corner. Let me know if you've shared. And let's keep rocking and rolling. Boy Scout hustle. All right. Online Sales Pro. Customer service is amazing. I agree, Carrie Monahan Graf. Thank you so much. I will let them know. That makes me so happy that you're saying that here. Perfect. All right. Tons of yeses, tons of fires. Appreciate you guys. All right. Next tip. The value is there. Price doesn't matter. That's right. Number 2. This is called activating value. And so it's called activating value. Let me find something that will equate to my activating value guilt mechanism. Oh, heck. How about this one? We'll do these 2. So activating value is a concept where you go back into the things you've purchased and you use them. All right, that's about as simple as I can make it. Versus there's like a buyer's buzz where people have a desire to go spend money, right? What do you want to do? It's the weekend. Let's go to the mall. What do you want to do? Let's go to the store, right? It's almost like there's an addiction to a little bit of expense, because you get those little endorphin rush. You're buying something fun, and what basically when you're buying something, buying a book or a training or a course, even, you're buying something for a future purpose, for a future result, for future return. And so, like, I got these 2 books, Dave Ramsey, Total Money Makeover Workbook. These are gifts. These are actually a gift, but the concept is I want to go through these. Like, I'm great with my money. I make good money. My goal is to make 10 times what I'm making, right? We all have goals with money. We all have goals with what we're trying to accomplish, but you can always be learning more and more things. And whoever you listen to, make sure they have what you want. And that's a good life lesson as well. So the concept of activating value is go back into your office, go back into your bookshelves, go back into your emails and look at the things you purchased. And instead of seeking out something today or this week or this weekend or getting excited about some new thing that's coming, some new conference, a good friend called me and he's like, Grady, there's this amazing conference in New York City next week and I want you to come with me. And I'm like, one, I would love to go to New York City next weekend. That would be great. Have a nice little time. Downtown Manhattan is amazing. Good to see this good friend and go to this convention. They have these amazing, crazy successful speakers. And he's like, you got to come with me. And I was like, 1, I got the 2 kids and the one on the way and the pregnant wife who wants to kill me. So she's not going to let me out of the house. But 2, I'm thinking to myself, that would be great. But it would be $1,000, $2,000 to make this happen. And yes, the networking would be great. But what sort of other value do I have in my office? I got 500 books in here that I haven't read, right? I've got my Kindle that I love reading on. I have my Kindle. If you guys are big readers, I highly recommend you guys getting a Kindle. I'm big on paper, but I'm also way big on convenience and executing the action, right? It's way bigger to execute the action than it is to just be romantic about having paper. So whatever you can execute the action on. I actually buy the books on Kindle, and then when I finish them, I buy them on paperback and put them on my shelf. So activating value is don't fall victim to the concept that of just going out and spending. Go activate some value. And because the things you've purchased before had intention for a future benefit. You didn't buy them for the present. You bought them to go through, execute on, read through, training courses, whichever, to execute on for a future benefit, or future goal. And when you don't do that, listen to this. This is where it gets heavy. When you don't do the thing you set out to do, yourself starts to talk to yourself and you go, you didn't do it the last time. You're not going to, you want to buy a book now? You didn't read the last 5 books. You want to do this? You want to go to this convention? You didn't follow up with those leads you met at the last convention. Yourself starts to talk to yourself, and you start to become your own enemy, and you start to doubt yourself, and you start to influence the decisions that should be positive for growth, but are inhibiting because of past decisions. And so this concept of activating value is, instead of going forth and thinking you need to buy something or spend some money, right? A good thing would be, right? You want to have a great trip with the family to Europe, and you're planning this trip out, and you want to just put culture and time together and all these things. And the reality is, maybe the trip could be $5 or $10 grand to go to Europe. Yes. Does that mean, should you not go to Europe and do those things? No. But maybe your underlying goal for that trip to Europe with the family is time together and exposure to new, greater things. So could you accomplish that by taking the family to the museum, taking them to the zoo, and maybe having a little staycation at a local hotel that's having a Groupon sale, and execute that like family together, family growth experience of Europe for a week, and all that would be amazing. But can you accomplish that goal for less money and have the same result? Yes. So think that through. Think about this concept of activating value. Let me know if activating value. Type in AV in the comments below. AV, if you're vibing with me on this activating value concept, because I've got things in my office. I've got gym memberships that I need to go activate on, and it's one thing to for me to teach this and learn this, but it's another thing for me to go execute on it. And I did something. So one of my activating value concepts is I became I used to work out a lot. I was my muscles. I could lift. I was one of the guys. I wasn't like the grunter guy in the gym, but I could lift a lot of weight, and I thoroughly enjoyed exercising. And what happened was we did this, if any of you are familiar with my story, we did this crazy transition over the past year where we moved to Denver and back to Arizona and then to San Francisco, and juggling children and all those things in the company and everything it doesn't make it conducive for you to get your 7 to 8 a.m. workouts 5 days a week, and when life is completely bananas. And so what made me successful in San Francisco was I had a tracker, and there's a great line. It said, what you track matters. What you track, you care about. What you track, you take care of. And I had this workout tracker that I did in San Francisco, and I did it, and I basically almost got a workout between 3 and 5 days a week for 16 weeks. And it was perfect for me because it stayed on my desktop. I saw it. It was relative to me. Well, I got out of it when I moved back home in May, and I haven't been to the gym since. Well, I started a tracker this week. I'm at two X's on the thing. And if I get 2, 3, 4 workouts in this week, I'll get to 3, 4 next week, 4, 5 the week after, and start tracking again. And so me activating value is activating value on myself, activating value on my personal goals, my gym, my relationship with my body. I mean, there's a great line from Richard Branson. He says, what is the one thing you attribute all of your success and wealth to? He says, one word, exercise. So for all of you guys out there, get a Fitbit and go on some daily walks. Set a step goal, 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. None of you work in offices. I work in an office too, but I find a way to walk around and get some steps. So running around here, but that's my thing, activating value. A lot of you guys commented AV, activating value. I appreciate you engaging, interacting, but I hope that makes sense. And that's the thing is don't succumb victim to a buyer's buzz, to a thought process that you have to buy to feel good, and falling predator to creating guilt within yourself when you don't actualize those expenses. Go back into things you've spent money on: books, courses, gym memberships, gift cards, right? Many of us buy like a gift card and then it sits in our wallet till it expires. Take your significant other out take the family out, activate that gift card and that experience and that like endorphin rush that you got when you first bought it about setting a future intention will happen. And guess what? It doesn't cost any money. So 2 trainings down so far: Boy Scout Hustle, activating value. Digging on me with me? You digging these? A lot of people jumped on. If you guys are brand new, drop a 1 in the comments below. If you're brand new to me, to Online Sales Pro, to the Power Call, I'd love to drop a 1 in the comments below to say hello to anyone else that's out there. So let's move on to our last quick training. I want to talk about this real quick, and this is called this will be a real quick, and then we'll do a little Q&A. So I know there's a lot of new people here with Online Sales Pro. There's a lot of people that have been joining us, and I want to get to a little Q&A session, and then I've got a fantastic video to close this out with, and fantastic video. So this is real quick. This is 20 things I learned from 200 plus millionaire and billionaires I've interviewed and worked alongside the last 3 years. This is from Melissa Krivacek. This was posted in the group, and I just thought this was so great, and it's about hearing these little things. So, right now you've heard a couple of things: the Boy Scout Hustle, about creating benefits and value for your product or opportunity, so that way when people see that there's value on both sides, right? Value for you to sell, value for them to buy. Second training was about activating value, things that you've already purchased, use them to get that endorphin rush and feeling. And this is about so what I try to do is give you little things, and what I don't want to give you is too many things, or what I don't want you to give yourself. And my goal with these training calls is for you to pull out 1, 2, 3 things. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3 things that can set you up. Shout out to Shanine Anthony for being a sharing monster. Shanine Anthony, shout out to you. So 2 things I want to make sure that I give you guys is not too much, right? If you get too much stuff to do, if too many tasks come in, then what happens is the same issue happens. If you're like, oh, I was on this power call with Grady, and he talked about this and he talked about that. I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to start working out, and start this. And you make this thing, all these things you want to do. What happens? All of a sudden, you're like, oh, I want to do all these things. And then what really happens? Life, family, spouse, kids, job, work. And now you have this list of things you wanted to do and this actuality of what's happening. And the middle is guilt because you're not able to act on it. So what I want you to pull from this, training is simply 1, 2, 3 things tops. 1, 2, 3 things. That's it, that you go implement today. And whether it's the Boy Scout Hustle or it's activating value, it's one of the quick 20 tips I'm about to drop on you right now. Don't put yourself in a position where you feel this mega responsibility, right? I read, I do this, I listen to blogs, I listen to podcasts. And my thought process is how if it's like I'm trying to learn subliminally, like your subconscious, your subliminal mind is incredibly smart. It actually helps you make a lot of the best decisions you do make is your subconscious mind. But if you can just be banking information in there, just like this, right? So so afternoon comes, evening comes. Are we spending 4 or 5 hours watching BS TV each night? Or are we putting ourselves in a position to go listen to some training courses, right? And I'm not saying you don't need to unwind. Like I enjoy Mexico Life on HGTV. I liked Breaking Bad. I mean, I watch some TV. I'm not like that crazy Nazi personal development guy. But I'm saying that the more good you put in is the greater chance for good to come out. And when we live in a world where less than 2% of the people make over $100,000 a year, I'm going to put as much good as I can in. So that's my thought process right here. Take a few things with me right now. Appreciate all the ones jumping on here. Nice to see so many of you. And this is I got a cool little graphic to share with you guys as well. That'll kind of drive home this. But here's 20 quick tips, and then we'll jump right into a Q&A. And I look forward to connecting, chatting with some of you guys, new people. And then, like I said, I got a great video to cap this all off. Let's see. Okay. Can you see that? Let me say map in the comments below if you can see the map. And I believe you can see it. I can see it. Awesome. Awesome. Nicholas Z for quick with the trigger. So this is the world's billionaire. So, right, billionaires, a crazy amount of money. But the reality is a millionaire or a billionaire is just a person who made a decision to work hard at something and not give up. So here's 20 things that Melissa Krivacek, and she runs a very, very ambitious woman, that she learned from working with 200 of them. So number one, maximize time. Work in day tight compartments and focus on 1 minute at a time. Yesterday and tomorrow are relevant to the task you need to accomplish today. Number one. Number two, write down your goals religiously, 6 times per day, every single day. Do not lose focus of what you want and do not allow your mind to derail. Number three, hydrate. Bring water everywhere you go and drink it. I can knock that one out. I got 1 of 20. I'm done right now. Number four, breathe. Controlled breathing exercises increases clarity and opens the mind to your vital organs so they aren't stressed or compressed. Number five, sleep. Getting a small nap in between work is critical to increase productivity. Working 16 to 20 hours at all the time of the night is not good for you or your body or your bottom line. Number six, intermittent fast. This speeds up your metabolism and increases your body's ability to burn fat. Number seven, delegate, delete, and donate. Get rid of all the nonsense. No one wants it to stink. And if you haven't used something in the last 90 days, you don't need it. Number eight, work out. Awesome. I got two of these. Number eight, work out. First thing in the morning, working out will make you feel like you've gained an additional several hours on everyone else than while they're sleeping and you're already halfway through the day. Number nine, eliminate the excess. Get rid of what isn't working and what you aren't using on all the time that no longer serves you so you can get the results you want. Problems, baggage, and things just slow you down. Number 10, focus on the vital few. There are only a few things that make your business tick. Stay in your zone of genius. Number 11, automate. If it can be automated without taking the human touch out of the business, it should be. Number 12, you are your brand. Act like it, dress like it, talk like it, be it. Brand values are based on the entire package. You can't attract what you aren't, and you will only attract what you are. If you want to be more valuable to the marketplace, then bring more value. If you want to be a millionaire, dress like one, act like one, and hang out with one or two. Number 13, sex increases productivity by 20%. In order to be more productive, intimacy is vital to your business. It increases trust and closeness, and these traits are vital to the success of your team and your relationship with them, as well as their belief in your mission. Number 14, say no. There is always going to be opportunities. The more you say no, the better the opportunity you will get to serve those that truly need what you have to offer. Number 15, build a team. Without it, you can't grow and will remain where you are. Number 16, communicate thoroughly and rely on technology. There are many tools that allow you to increase your productivity. Communicate with your team on demand. Systematize your success and drive your revenue in your business and use them. Number 17, eat. Millionaires love to eat, not because they love good food, but because they love the experience of being able to sit around a table and talk about business, life, love, and success. Food is one of the top things successful people invest in. Number 18, ask. If you want something to show up, if you need something, ask. Too many people are stuck because they're afraid to ask for help. They need to get up where they want to go. The only thing that's in the way is your ability to ask for what you want to get. I heard a great line on that. It says, if you don't ask, you don't get. That's very comparable to what she said here. Number 19, have integrity. Do what you say you're going to do when you say it, even if you don't want to do it. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, even when and if you don't want to do it. And number 20, sell, 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 sell. There's nothing more important in business than sales and systems. Awesome. 20 of them real quick. I'll power with them real quick. Maximize time. Write down your goals religiously. Hydrate. Breathe. Sleep. Intermittent fast. Delegate. Delete and donate. Work out. Eliminate the excess. Focus on the vital few. Automate. You are your brand. Sex increases productivity. Say no. Build a team. Communicate through and rely on technology. Eat. Can't wait. Ask, have integrity, and sell. There's nothing more important than sales in your systems. Awesome. Which one is your favorite one? Let me know in the comments below. Which one can you implement today? I'm going to implement more say no things. I say yes to too many things and just get myself crazy busy, and I can't focus on the vital few. Eliminate the excess. I cleaned my office yesterday, and it's like walking into the Taj Mahal right now. I'm so happy with the way my office looks right now. That's part of my activating value. I got rid of a bunch of things so that I can bring new things in that were old and use them. I'm super excited. So couple training day. I mean, I want to jump into let's see what everyone likes. Wake early, eat and sleep. Yeah, let me find that for you guys. Eat, work out, eat and sleep, wake early. I need a salesperson that believes and uses these strategies. Is there another payment? Scott, let's stay focused for a second. We'll jump into questions for a second. No, Scott has a question. The current payment option is PayPal. So if you have issues with PayPal, reach out to our support, see what they can do. Hello, Juan. A lot of people jumping on here, a lot of maps. Perfect. All right. Use this for fundraising. Awesome, guys. So there we go. I'll do a quick Q&A right now. And then, like I said, I've got a freaking amazing video I want to close this out with. A lot of you guys have joined me on power calls in the past. And like I said, many of you guys are brand new to this. Welcome to me. Welcome to Online Sales Pro. Welcome to my power call. I've done over 150 of these, as you can find them in the back office. I always export the audio and upload that to SoundCloud. And what SoundCloud allows you to do is listen to it from our mobile app, pull up the content. Some people say they fall asleep listening to me. They wake up listening to me. I'm humbled and honored that people do that. But my goal is the same goal as you, to become the best version of myself, help you become the best version of yourself. If you can, great Zig Ziglar quote says, if you can help enough people get what they want in life, you will get everything that you want in life. And, you know, I want to help people and take care of my kids and be a Boy Scout leader and coach them and create safety and security for the ones that I love. I mean, that's pretty simple goals. Is there a monetary number attached to that? Not at this point. I mean, it's just how big can we grow it? And maybe that's an issue. Maybe that's something I need to work on. Write down my goals of actually a monetary number and work hard towards that. See, a lot of revelations happen internally for me at the same time as you guys. So let's do a quick Q&A, 5-10 minutes. If you have any questions, if not, we'll play that awesome video to end this out and send you guys off on your day. Like I said, I'm Grady Polcyn, one of the founders of Online Sales Pro. We've had this company rocking and rolling for over 4 years now, 15, 16 employees, 2 offices located here in Arizona. And our goal is to help you guys generate leads and become the best online entrepreneur marketers that we can help you become. So we do a few different calls. This one's more mindset, person development, growth tips, hacks, and action steps. We do another call on Tuesday with my partner, Joel, where we dig deep into our software. And Joel's a fantastic salesperson and marketer for over a decade, and he jumps on and teaches just at his high level as well. So we've got a lot of live training we do. And we also have an MVP product where our VP of marketing, who's spent over $5 million in online advertising, taking his knowledge and experiences and his fantastic ability to write copy. We do an MVP training on Wednesday. So if you're joining us, welcome. If you have any questions, drop in the comments below. If I don't see any questions in the next 30 seconds to a minute, then I'm going to roll the video and assume you guys are just fired up and ready to go activate some value and implement that Boy Scout hustle. Man, this popcorn, how about that story, right? So grateful. So let's see if there's any questions popping in. Good stuff. What about some giveaways? Hey, giveaways. I'm giving away everything I've got. You go giveaways like my little kids. How about a snack, Dad? I'm like, how about a treat? I'm like, what have you done to deserve a treat? What have you done? Why am I giving giveaways? Is this a carnival? Am I a clown? Like doing giveaways, Sandy? Just playing. But no, I don't have any giveaways for you today. Thanks for asking though. If you don't ask, like we learned from the Millionaires and Billionaires, you don't get. But ask on Tuesday. We'll do some giveaways on Tuesday. Tracy L says, new member, I would like to know how long customer support takes for responses on a normal basis. Submitted ticket, it's been 4 days, no response. Can I help? Tracy, they're instantaneous. So maybe they responded, it went to your spam folder. They're live, available right now on live chat. If a response goes longer than 12 to 24 hours, there's something happened. So my support staff, there's 7 agents working right now. So Tracy, if you do have a bigger issue, you can call us. Sometimes they answer, sometimes you leave a message, or you can go right to Online Sales Pro right now and live chat with the support agent and get your question answered. So my apologies that happened, but I'm more than confident that they've responded to you already, and maybe it's just in your spam folder. But thanks for addressing it, giving me a chance to plug and love on my support staff. So OSP swag, go to onlinesalespro.com/store. Check your spam. Thanks, Andre. Awesome. Cool. And is anyone else experiencing blank screen? That's like a Facebook issue, Melanie. I'm here, but it's like a Facebook live issue. And so you can, sometimes it's better on the phone, and sometimes it's better on the desktop, and sometimes it's better on Chrome, depending on your browser. So if you guys have any questions about online marketing, anything want me to go into the training a little bit more deeper, any questions about OSP, any questions about anything? If not, give another 10, 15 seconds, and I'm going to send you guys off with this rip-roaring video. It's got 114 million views this video had, and I started watching it. I'm like, I see why. It's just an excellent, fired up, let's go take action and change some stuff. So let's do it. All right, let's roll in the video. Thank you guys for joining me today. But you're going to love this. This is lessons from a third grade dropout. And just listen to this for your first minute or two, and you're going to see why it's so powerful. So with that, I like to close with 2 quotes. This is who I am. These are my quotes. This is how I sleep at night. If you invest in yourself, it's the only place you can guarantee a positive return. These last 45 minutes you've spent with me, I hope you see as a valuable investment in your time and your family's time and your financial future. So I'm going to give you value and help you guys, break through some mental barriers. That's number 1. Invest in yourself with time, money, effort, energy, good health, right? There's a great line about nutrition, taking nutritional products or eating well. Is you either pay for your health now or you pay for your health later, right? If you pay for your health now and buy expensive, healthy, good food and nutrition and vitamins and supplementation and take care of your body, then you're not going to have to pay for it later with pills and medicines and all kinds of stuff. You keep your health right. Pay for it now or you pay for it later. So invest into yourself. It is the only place you can guarantee a positive return, even better than Bitcoin. Oh my God, all my cryptocurrency people out there. So that's quote number 1. And quote number 2 is success loves company. Look at this community. Look at these people. We have over nearly 50,000 people. I got to get the correct numbers. We're between 45 and 50,000 people through the front door of Online Sales Pro. And 2,000 came in last week, just loving all the new people and the vibrant energy that they're transforming into OSP. And so I appreciate you guys. I'm grateful for you guys. This whole company is, and we're going to do our best to make you look good. We're going to make you look good. That's our focus, is making you look good online and making you look good in your marketing and helping you get to wherever it is you want to go. We're going to be the hub tier, be the center of your business and continue to help push you and teach you and encourage you to become whatever it is you want to do. So I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for your time you've invested in me, and I look forward to continue to support you. Enjoy this last video with me and this great little training, this great little quick speech from the speaker here, and we will see you on the next power call. Thank you.
Wisest person I ever met in my life, a third grade dropout. Wisest and dropout in the same sentence is rather oxymoronic, like jumbo shrimp. Like fun run, ain't nothing fun about it. Like Microsoft Works, y'all don't hear me. I used to say like country music, but I've lived in Texas so long, I love country music now. I hunt, I fish, I have cowboy boots and cowboy. Y'all, I'm a black neck redneck. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? No longer oxymoronic for me to say country music. And it's not oxymoronic for me to say third grade and dropout. That third grade dropout, the wisest person I ever met in my life, who taught me to combine knowledge and wisdom to make an impact, was my father. A simple cook. Wisest man I ever met in my life. Just a simple cook. Left school in the third grade to help out on the family farm, but just because he left school doesn't mean his education stopped. Mark Twain once said, I've never allowed my schooling to get in the way of my education. My father taught himself how to read, taught himself how to write, decided in the midst of Jim Crowism, as America was breathing the last gasp of the Civil War, my father decided he was going to stand and be a man. Not a black man, not a brown man, not a white man, but a man. He literally challenged himself to be the best that he could all the days of his life. I have 4 degrees. My brother is a judge. We're not the smartest ones in our family. It's a 3rd grade dropout daddy. A 3rd grade dropout daddy who was quoting Michelangelo, saying to us, boys, I won't have a problem if you aim high and miss, but I'm going to have a real issue if you aim low and hit. A country mother quoting Henry Ford, saying if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. I learned that from a 3rd grade drop. Simple lessons. Lessons like these. Son, you'd rather be an hour early than a minute late. We never knew what time it was at my house because the clocks were always ahead. My mother said for nearly 30 years my father left the house at 3:45 in the morning. One day she asked him, why, Daddy? He said, maybe one of my boys will catch me in the act of excellence. I want to share 2 things with you. Aristotle said you are what you repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence ought to be a habit, not an act. Don't ever forget that. I know you're tough, but always remember to be kind. Always. Don't ever forget that. Never embarrass mama. Yeah. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. If daddy ain't happy, don't nobody care. But you know, I'm trying to tell you. Next lesson. Lesson from a cook over there in the galley. Son, make sure your servant's towel is bigger than your ego. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Y'all might have a relative in mind you want to send that to. Let me say it again. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Pride is the burden of a foolish person. John Wooden coached basketball at UCLA for a living, but his calling was to impact people. And with all those national championships, guess what he was found doing in the middle of the week? Going into the cupboard, grabbing a broom, and sweeping his own gym floor. You want to make an impact? Find your broom. Every day of your life, you find your broom. You grow your influence that way. That way you're attracting people so that you can impact them. Final lesson. Son, if you're going to do a job, do it right. I've always been told how average I can be. Always been criticized about being average. But I want to tell you something. I stand here before you, before all of these people, not listening to those words, but telling myself every single day to shoot for the stars, to be the best that I can be. Good enough isn't good enough if it can be better, and better isn't good enough if it can be best. Let me close with a very personal story that I think will bring all this into focus. Wisdom will come to you in the unlikeliest of sources, a lot of times through failure. When you hit rock bottom, remember this. While you're struggling, rock bottom can also be a great foundation on which to build and on which to grow. I'm not worried that you'll be successful. I'm worried that you won't fail from time to time. Person that gets up off the canvas and keeps growing, that's the person that will continue to grow their influence. Back in the 70s, to help me make this point, let me introduce you to someone. I met the finest woman I'd ever met in my life. Back in my day, we'd have called her a brick house. This woman was the finest woman I'd ever seen in my life. There's just one little problem. Back then, ladies didn't like big old linemen. The blind side hadn't come out yet. They like quarterbacks and running backs. We're at this dance, and I find out her name is Trina Williams from Lompoc, California. And we're all dancing, and we're just excited. And I decide in the middle of dancing with her that I would ask her for her phone number. Trina was the first one. Trina was the only woman in college who gave me her real telephone number. The next day, we walked to Baskin & Robbins ice cream parlor. My friends couldn't believe it. This has been 40 years ago, and my friends still can't believe it. We go on a second date, and a third date, and a fourth date. We drive from Chico to Vallejo so that she could meet my parents. My father meets her. My daddy, my hero, he meets her, pulls me to the side and says, "Is she psycho?" But anyway, we go together for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. By now, Trina's a senior in college. I'm still a freshman, but I'm working some things out. I'm so glad I graduated in 4 terms. Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan. So now it's time to propose. So I talked to her girlfriends, and it's California, it's in the 70s, so it has to be outside. Have to have a candle, and you have to have, you know, some chocolate. Listen, I'm from the hood. I had a bottle of Boone's Farm wine. That's what I had. She said yes. That was the key. I married the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. Y'all ever been to a wedding, and even before the wedding starts, you hear this? How in the world? And it was coming from my side of the family. We get married, we have a few children, our lives are great. One day, Trina finds a lump in her left breast. Breast cancer. 6 years after that diagnosis, me and my 2 little boys walked up to Mommy's casket. And for 2 years, my heart didn't beat. If it wasn't for my faith in God, I wouldn't be standing here today. If it wasn't for those 2 little boys, there would have been no reason for which to go on. I was completely lost. That was rock bottom. You know what sustained me? The wisdom of a 3rd grade dropout. The wisdom of a simple cook. We're at the casket. I'd never seen my dad cry. But this time I saw my dad cry. That was his daughter. Trina was his daughter, not his daughter-in-law. And I'm right behind my father, about to see her for the last time on this earth. And my father shared 3 words with me that changed my life right there at the casket. It would be the last lesson he would ever teach me. He said, son, just stand. You keep standing. You keep standing, no matter how rough the sea, you keep standing. And I'm not talking about just water. You keep standing. No matter what, you don't give up. And as clearly as I'm talking to you today, these were some of her last words to me. She looked me in the eye and she said, it doesn't matter to me any longer how long I live. What matters to me most is how I live. I ask y'all one question, a question that I was asked all my life by a 3rd grade dropout. How you living? How you living? Every day ask yourself that question, how you living? Here's what a cook would suggest you to live this way. That you would not judge, that you would show up early, that you'd be kind, that you'd make sure that that servant's towel is huge and used, that if you're going to do something, you do it the right way. That cook would tell you this, that it's never wrong to do the right thing, that how you do anything is how you do everything. And in that way, you will grow your influence to make an impact. In that way, you will honor all those who have gone before you, who have invested in you. Look in those unlikeliest places for wisdom. Enhance your life every day by seeking that wisdom and asking yourself every night, how am I living? May God richly bless y'all. Thank you for having me.